Wow, someone's here all of a sudden. That doesn't usually happen. Today I'm drinking Coke Zero. I've been up for a while and I've already drunk my Bang. This is my second caffeinated drink of the day. Gotta know it's a day when you're already on your second one at 11 a.m. Anyway, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Let me know you are here. Hey, Angela, ADH Snuggles is here. She missed the last one and we talked about her while she was gone. Be careful, guys. If you come here often enough, I might start to notice when you don't come anymore. Hey, Teresa, Keto Fat Girl No More is here. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Who else is here? I see a few more of you. So, I've decided... Oh, thanks, Angela. I'm glad you appreciated it. Hey, I decided that since my life is crazy and I am spending an hour of my time or so with you guys, I decided I'm going to fold laundry while we talk, and I hope that's okay. Laundry. I have a whole mountain here. I could fold laundry probably for 2 hours. That's how much laundry is literally sitting in front of me. Maybe you can see it reflected in my eyeglasses. I hope not. Anyway. So I'm going to fold laundry while we talk today, if that's okay. I hope nobody minds because, guys, I'm so far behind on everything in my life right now. Like, everything. All right, who else is here? Epiphany London is here. Is that everyone? We got nobody here today? Well, we got the important people here, but, you know, those who are the best and most important people are here, so we can just do it without people if we want. All right, so I want to talk about hair loss for a couple of reasons. Not that people are asking me about it right now, because they aren't, but I guarantee you next month it's going to be the topic of conversation on all my Facebook group. Everybody's going to be messaging me on here, and everybody's going to be asking me because in May, if you started in January, your hair is going to start falling out. Hey, Crystal S119, welcome. We are folding laundry today. We are talking about hair loss. So yeah, next month, if you started keto in January, the likelihood of you having a hair fall in May is high. Maybe June, but probably May. And so I decided preemptively to make this video so that I have something to point people to when the subject arises, because it will. So, what causes hair loss on keto? And is there a way to prevent it? And what do I do about it? That's what we are talking about today. So, what causes hair loss on keto? There are a lot of actual theories out there. One of which that is highly accepted is that it's because of the low protein. Now, I don't know how much I believe that. And when you're doing, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. When you're doing any weight loss program, you're going to lose hair. I don't know that it has much to do with the protein level, though I know it can affect your hair if you don't have enough. But I did the higher protein from the very, very beginning, and I still lost a bunch of hair. So I don't know how much that is actually true. Hello, Honest AF, welcome. So yes, low protein can cause it, but it's not the perfect cure-all. You're definitely going to have a better chance of keeping more of it if you're doing the higher protein keto versus eating lower protein, like a moderate protein, higher fat keto. But I think, honestly, either way, I think it's just naturally part of weight loss, and there's really not much you can do about it. Which is not what you want to hear, probably, because it's nice to know or think that there's going to be like some magic cure-all that's going to make everybody happy and all of that. And I do have some ideas, but for the most part, I think it's really important just to embrace that losing your hair at least once is probably going to be part of your weight loss journey. Now, for me, it definitely hit in May of 2017. That was my biggest hair fall, my most stressful one, the one where I was panicking and asking people about it, because it fell out so bad through here and through here. Someone's messaging me again. I love you, but I can't talk right now. Okay, And yeah, so I lost all of it through here and all of it through here, almost exactly how it fell out after every single one of my babies. So here's my theory. I haven't heard of this talked about much, but for me, it just makes total sense. I have a theory that you got hormones all stored up in your fat cells from years and years and years of fat being stored and estrogen and whatever, especially women. I don't know if this is true for men, but we women definitely have hormones stored in our fat cells. So when we burn that fat, where's those hormones going to go? They're going to go through our system, through our blood, whatever. And I feel like the same things that happen after childbirth are going to happen to you after weight loss. So that's something that it just makes sense to me. I have no scientific proof. It is literally just something that I think is true, but it just makes so much sense because I lost my hair in the same exact places. I mean, like, you guys, I've had 9 kids, well, birthed 8 of them, and I lost my hair every single time in that place and it grew back. So that is exactly what I think really causes it. Now, can you prevent that? I don't think so. I really think, especially if you are morbidly obese, that you just have a crap ton of hormones and they just got to go flush through you. So obviously, the more weight you have to lose, the more of those hormones you're going to have to deal with. Now, I did have 2 more hair falls after that weren't as severe, but after the fall of 2017, I have not had any hair fall. At least not other than normal hair fall. And obviously my hair is growing back in. Now, if I pull my hair back in a bun, which I do every single Wednesday, you guys will see that eventually all of these little shorties pop out and cause me to look silly. This is my hair growth from the last 2 years, basically. And so it hasn't grown a ton back, but it's definitely back. It's definitely still there. So I didn't lose my hair forever. It grew back. It's growing back. I think a lot of the reason that people, when they lose weight, cut their hair really short is because of that situation, and they just want to kind of even things out again and then grow it back out. I could be wrong, but it just seems like it's a trend for everybody to cut their hair super uber short after they lost a lot of weight, and I wonder sometimes if that is part of it. So yeah, hormones I think are the number one. Of course, protein, you want to make sure your protein is high enough for your whole body to build itself. Both hair, nails, skins, and muscle, of course. Muscle is the most important. And so that's what I think is protein and hormones are big ones. So make sure that you get your protein level up. That's at least what I recommend. I know that's not what everybody recommends, but it is what I recommend. My macros that I give on my Facebook page reflect that. And then secondly, just embrace it because it's probably hormones and it's not going to last. Now, the thing that I did that fixed mine, or that really helped, the number one thing, ironically, is also highly effective at dealing with hormonal imbalances, depression, anxiety, etc. So, my number one advice is vitamin D3. And I probably should add that to our supplement routine over on Facebook and add it into our electrolyte section as something is you should take every single day, because it really does help. Ever since I started taking vitamin D3 was back about, I think it was September or October of 2017, I haven't had a significant hair fall since then, which is crazy. Now, I'm definitely have lost hair. It's not like you don't ever lose hair again. But out of all the things I tried, which I tried biotin, collagen, the hair, skin, and nail vitamins, and all of that, I tried those, and they didn't do a dang thing. Like, they didn't seem to change anything. You can try it. So those are also some supplements you can take from the beginning that maybe can help prevent or regrow your hair. Probably just regrow. I don't know that it really helps prevent, but it definitely can help regrow. So collagen and biotin are definitely things you can take, and they're fairly inexpensive over the counter. I bought them at Walgreens for like, I don't know, $1 a day. They're not too much. The vitamin that I take, the multivitamin that I take, has 2,000 IUs of vitamin D3 in it, and that's basically what I take daily. I take Ritual brand vitamins. I am trying to work out some kind of brand deal with them at some point, but I am not sponsored by them in any way at this time. I would like to be, because I am very happy with their product. There's a lot of negativity out there. When you look at like reviews and things, a lot of people say negative things about the company, but so far so good with me. I feel like they give me energy. I feel like my body felt healthier. I had a definite difference when I started taking them. I noticed myself feeling better. So that's why I still take them. I don't take them because they pay me to, or they even know I take them. I don't think they do. They're $30 a month subscription, which makes it super easy because they charge my card and they ship it out and I don't even have to think about it, and I get it every month. But it comes with that vitamin D3, and I really believe that it's the vitamin D3 that helped my hair to stop falling out. So if you're looking for a way to help prevent hair loss, if you're just starting keto, definitely add a vitamin D3 supplement to your diet. Now, there's probably better ways to get it out there. It is a fat-soluble vitamin, which is why it's often in oil, but I know that there are tinctures and other things like that that are supposedly better absorbed. So if you want to look into the best quality D3, go for it. Me, I'm just too busy to worry about that, and the Ritual vitamins are working for me, and so that's what I take. Now, through the winter months, I had to quadruple my vitamin D3. I ended up taking, I think, 10,000 to 20,000 IU a day during the cold months because my depression was so bad, but it helped me. It really did help me. So I highly recommend adding that into your daily regimen, especially if you are a woman. I really haven't heard a lot of men losing hair on keto. If you're a man and you're out there and you've lost hair on keto, I'd love to hear your experience of whether or not it was the same timing, like 5-6 months in, or, you know, if anything changed it. I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear that. But yeah, that's the thing that helped me the most. And if your hormones are out of whack, it's really going to help with that. And then, of course, you know, getting closer to your goal is obviously going to help if it's a hormone issue, because you're just not losing as much fat at once, and you don't have as many hormones coursing through your body. I also am not having any more babies. That's probably helpful, because I had my last baby. My last baby was a year old when I started keto. Right, I started right after his first birthday. So that may have something to do with it. I really don't know. Now I'm 2 years out, or 3 years out, I guess, from having a baby. He's 3.5 almost. So yeah, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Dave, my husband's here, and he says the kids make him want to pull his hair out. I hear ya. We have the same children. That would be my husband. So yeah. Let me think of anything else. Oh, one more that I felt like was worth mentioning if you're having trouble with really thin hair, or you're just not getting enough regrowth. A friend of mine who is a hair stylist suggested silica. You can actually take it over the counter, and it's just in pills, silica pills. I haven't taken it because I actually prefer my hair since the fallout. Before I got on keto, my hair was thick and long, and it was just a lot of hair, and it was always a lot to manage. I actually have thinner hair now, and I prefer it that way. But if you have thin hair already, silica might be something that you want to look into trying, because my friend who's a hairstylist swears that it makes your hair thicker and it grows in better. So those are the things that can help. So biotin, collagen, and silica for regrowth, D3 for prevention, higher protein for prevention, and just like everything else on weight loss journey, acceptance, right? Acceptance. A lot of people will get all upset and they'll be like, I don't want to be bald. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather be bald than fat any day. Absolutely any day. I just cannot bear the thought of not being able to walk ever again. Like, it was so scary. It was so scary. I don't think I could ever go there. So that's all I've got. I'm not folding laundry. Guys, am I capable of folding laundry and talking at the same time? I'm starting to wonder if that's a no. I have folded 3 things. Maybe this isn't the best idea I had in a while. People do it on YouTube all the time, right? People fold laundry and talk all the time on videos. I've seen it. I thought it would be so easy, but I feel like my brain gets off track when I'm focusing on something else. Are these mine or my kid? that is the worst part. Okay, that's the most frustrating part about losing weight is that half the time I cannot tell. These say size 14, but they don't look like a 14. They look like a 14 kids, don't they? Gah. I actually found a pair of my pants that I had been looking for months in my boys' laundry. When I just recently did my boys' laundry, I was like, wait a minute, these are mine. How did they get in the boys' laundry? Because I put them there. That's why. Whoops. Anyway, so if you guys have any questions, now would be a good time. And I'm going to go back and see if anybody else has put in any words of helpfulness in this topic. And I will say hi to a few more people. Linda Hardman, welcome. Keto Cricket, hey, Tammy, how are you? I'm behind on YouTube too, guys. Right now, I can't watch anything. I will see y'all again in June when my life calms down. I wasn't even going to do the live chat today. To be completely honest, I'm so overwhelmed with what I've got to do. I really don't have time for this either. I don't have time for anything. And I even had a girl yell at me this week because supposedly I did a trade with her 2 years ago that I never fulfilled, and she claims I'm always too busy, but the only time she ever asks me to do what she wants me to do is in March through May. I have no extra time. I don't even have time to take care of my own kids, let alone other people's. So let's see. So Teresa says, I must have had a lot of hormones because my hair was to my butt at the beginning of keto and now it's at my shoulders and you haven't cut it. Wow. So you lost some off of the actual hair itself? It broke off? That is interesting. I wonder what would cause that. I don't know that hormones would cause that, like brittle hair. But yeah, try the silica maybe for that. It's worth a try. I know you're already trying a lot of things and it's not easy to get a lot of things, buy a lot of things and take a lot of things. So that may not be the most helpful advice I could give you. But yeah, vitamin D is probably the best choice. And if it's not helping, I would definitely up it a lot. Okay. So yeah. So Teresa, you're taking D3, collagen, biotin, multivitamin, and hair and nail. You're already taking everything I suggested except silica. It's worth a try. It's definitely worth a try. That's frustrating. I don't know that maybe it's a keto thing. Maybe there's something else imbalanced. I don't know. So I know that you have tried both high fat and the high protein keto. So yeah, but try maybe taking more. How much are you taking? Anyway. All right. Oh, and check your thyroid. That is good advice, Keto Cricket. Thank you. That's true. People keep telling me I need to check mine, but I did have mine checked multiple times over my lifetime and during my pregnancy with Jasper, and it was fine. So I don't know. Let's see. In the interim, until it grows back, I'm using tinted dry shampoo to help it not look so thin. Oh, good idea. I didn't know they had tinted. Mine's always white. It makes my hair look gray. I don't have any in today, but my hair does look gray because this YouTube washes me out like I have no color. I don't understand it. If you look at the video, if you look at the thumbnail compared to the color in this video, you will see what I'm talking about. That thumbnail is what it's supposed to look like. Because it's, I don't know what YouTube does to me, but it's weird. Okay. So your thyroid's not normal. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is frustrating. All right. Angela says, what can I do to keep my Soleil water from clouding back up once I use it? Okay, so basically the cloudiness is from extra minerals kind of floating around. As long as you didn't really shake it back up, it should be fine to take it. I take it cloudy all the time. Usually when it gets to the point where I can't pour it off the top without it getting too cloudy, that's when I dump my salt and start over. It's just because if you're using the pink Himalayan salt, it builds up in the bottom of the jar as you replace and add more, and eventually that sediment just won't stay at the bottom anymore, and it just wants to get mixed and mingled with the water. So my best advice would be to use a syringe to take the water out so that you're not disturbing the mineral content at all, or just dump it, scrap it, and start over when it gets like that. You can try using a different salt. You don't have to use pink Himalayan. Pink Himalayan has a lot of extra minerals in it, and so it causes that problem. Maybe try Celtic sea salt, gray sea salt, and see if that does better, or just a plain white sea salt. You can use any kind of salt, as long as you don't use table salt, because ew. But yeah, just use any kind of salt to make it. Maybe the pink salt is part of the problem. I know that mine gets cloudy after a while, and I just take it anyway, because I don't care that much. But yeah, I try really hard not to shake it up or really pour the salt back into the water, because then you're going to not be able to track it well. So yeah. Hey, April Wooten, I'm glad you're here. Okay. I can't read that one. I don't know if that's... yeah. I think that's just an agreement with what I said. Sorry. Oh, and that's a good point. Linda Hardman says, I take a vitamin D3 and K2 combo. That could be the reason mine worked, because the Ritual Vitamins is also a vitamin D3/K2. There's no calcium in it, but it's got the K2 to help your body absorb the calcium that you're consuming through food. I think that's how it works. Something like that. Also helps with iron absorption, I think. I don't know a heck of a lot about it. All I know is it really helps me. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's the K2. Let's see. Oh, and I wanted to mention that usually it's about 3 months. So what you start now, it will take about 3 months to really show up. So the reason you lose hair about 5 months or 6 months in is because that's when your weight loss really kind of kicks into gear. And at least that's what I believe, is because you're really starting to lose a significant amount of weight, thus causing the hormones to go through your body. And so about 2 to 3 months into your weight loss journey is when you actually started losing your hair. It just didn't manifest until 5 to 6 months down the road. So that's why I'm making this video now, because I know that next month everybody's hair is going to fall out and everybody's going to be panicking like crazy people, and I'm just going to be like, see this live chat? Go there. Go there. You'll feel better. All right. Hey, there's a super chat. I'm going to check it out. Hey, Gloria, thank you so much. Gloria's the best. I don't know what I'd do without you, babe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Every single week you're here and supporting this channel, and I appreciate it. Okay, so Gloria's question. They say you shouldn't eat dinner close to when you go to bed, and you seem to eat late at times. I assume you feel there is no effect eating late. Yeah. Honestly, unless you're getting indigestion, I don't know. I mean, they say a lot of things. They say salt is bad for you. They say, the standard American diet, low calorie, is better for you than keto. They say keto is going to cause heart disease. They say a lot of things. I have to eat when I can eat. And that's the long and short of it. If I'm going to eat earlier in the day, it's going to be fast food, and that's just not going to be beneficial to me. So I eat when I get home, no matter what time that is. And very often I eat at between 9 and 10 p.m. You are correct. Last night I ate at 9:30. I'm not concerned about it at all, because I've been doing that from the very beginning, because I started in January and hit my busy time, and I dance mom and crazy, and it's just like hard. And I eat when I can, and when I can is late. You do notice though that I bump my morning meal as late as I can. I push it off as late as I can. Some days as late as 1, 2, or even 3 p.m. to try and keep that intermittent fasting window smaller. If I'm really, really hungry, I will eat earlier than that. And that's kind of why I often say like what time it is when I'm having my first meal, so that people can get an idea of the time frame that I choose to eat. If I'm really, really hungry, I'll do it earlier, but I try and push it off as far as I can, because I know that my second meal is going to be later. It doesn't seem to affect digestion. It doesn't seem to affect the scale. When I go to bed, it's always 4 pounds up, and when I wake up in the morning, it's 4 pounds down, just like normal, no matter what time I eat, no matter how much sleep I get, no matter what time I go to bed, no matter what time I wake up. It doesn't seem to really have any bearing on that. The only thing that really seems to change is my water weight, whether or not I'm holding it or not, and I've never been able to really determine anything except for my cycle, my womanly cycle, to have anything to do with that. I've tried dairy free. I've tried taking away all my sweeteners. I've tried all of that, and literally nothing has ever helped. The bars do seem to make my water weight stick more. And I just have to accept that while I'm eating them, my weight is going to be slightly higher and I'm going to carry more water. It doesn't really affect my life at all, so I don't really care. So I feel like there's no effect to me eating late, but I know some people have indigestion or they don't digest well at night, and it's probably just better on your body to not have to deal with that during sleep hours. But for me, it's the only thing I can do. I just don't have any other option. If I did, I'd probably eat earlier. That, and it prevents late night snacking. So Dave and I used to be really, really avid snackers. And in fact, sometimes we still snack on sugar-free Jell-O, maybe with or without this lovely new product that Walmart's trying to kill me with. This is the best thing ever, just so you know. Sugar-free whipped cream. Sometimes we still eat that at night just because we are just late night people. And we used to get like a big bowl of popcorn every single night and eat it together. It was like our thing. And so Dave, I've noticed, pushes himself to stay busy late at night. And he doesn't come to bed because he knows as soon as he comes to bed, he's going to get munchy. So he doesn't come to bed. He just works and does things all night long. Me, I edit videos, but I also eat late at night, so I'm not hungry, to avoid those late night binge fests or cravings or just munchies. I mean, 2 years down the road, we still have munchies cravings at night. It sucks, but it's just true. And so eating later helps me with that, helps me keep that in check. So that's part of the reason why I do that. So thank you again for the super chat. If anybody else feels like they want to donate to the channel just to be kind, all you have to do is push the little button that has a $sign. You can give a donation and it will pop your question to the top and give it my attention so that I can talk about it quickly and you won't get missed. I try not to miss anyone, but you never know, and I do appreciate it because it means a lot to me and my family that you guys care enough about me to offer a donation of any kind. So I appreciate it. It's so sweet of you, Gloria, and I also appreciate that you take the time to come up with a really great question to talk about each time so that we have like something to, a new tangent to go on and things like that. That was a really good question. I appreciate it. Okay, where were we? Let's go back up. Where were we? Vitamin D3. We love vitamin D3. What is telogen effluvium? I cannot Google it while we were talking. Telogen effluvium. I have never heard of that. And if it's like something to do with hormones and what awesome stuff, I would like to know. All right. Okay, so Crystal S119 says, my hair is not as thick as it used to be, but it's growing back in darker in color. I used to have a lot of white hair around my face, and now it is brown. That is so interesting. When my husband's father lost his hair from chemo, his did the same thing. When it grew back in really, really dark, where it hadn't been quite as dark. Mine is doing the opposite, guys. Can you see my little hairs? A lot of them are gray. I hate to admit it, but a lot of them are gray. I had a few gray hairs here and there, but it seems like now that I lost the hair and it's coming back in, that I'm getting a lot more gray in my hair, which I guess that's in now, right? So I guess I should be happy if my hair turns gray. But yeah, mine has actually come back in lighter, which I feel like makes it look even thinner. And so the tinted dry shampoo is a really good idea. I'm gonna look for that because I'm gonna see if I can find that. That would be really, really awesome. I'm not folding clothes. Man, guys, I'm not capable of doing two things at once, apparently. And I really am. I really am. Lenny H, thank you so much for the compliment. Okay. Mind-blowing health and wellness with Violet says, hello everyone. Not sure if this has already been mentioned, but hair loss can also be from not enough nutrients. Make sure you do nutrient-dense food and maintain protein levels. Well, yeah, I just assumed that was a given because most of the people doing keto are doing whole foods and green veggies. So most of the time you're getting plenty of nutrients. Plus, I take a multivitamin. Well, I take the Ritual vitamins so that my micronutrients aren't really missed. So I know that most people are taking a multivitamin when doing keto, especially if you're doing the higher protein and not doing as many veggies as, say, Dr. Berg recommends. Definitely make sure that you get lots of nutrient-dense, yummy food. Now, there are a lot of people giving me a hard time right now for how much sweeteners and packaged foods I'm eating. Must I remind you that this is dance competition season, and I eat whatever I can stomach and deal with. I cannot do anything else. I cannot pre-make food. I do not have time to food prep. I do not have time to try and come up with nutrient things. All I want to do is eat a freaking protein bar and some peanuts and move on. And so that's what I am doing. And honestly, I don't really have a problem with that. And I think the people that complain about that are people that just really don't really watch my channel or don't really know like what I am doing, like that this is a phase of my life and that every March through May, you're going to see that this is what I eat. And at other times, I'm probably not going to eat like that. I honestly don't know for sure. When I get to my goal weight and I go into real maintenance, I really don't know what that's going to look like yet. It might look similar to this. It's possible. It's possible that I'll still want to eat Julian bakery bars. They're good. They have one net carb. They're awesome. I'm sorry. People keep telling me they're crappy, and I'm like, sorry, but they're awesome. I really think they're awesome. I wouldn't eat them if I didn't. Anyway, a lot of people give me a hard time about it, and my responses have been kind of flippant, mostly just because I'm like, I know I'm putting my food out there to get judged by people, but I have never been a clean keto, perfect keto guru, grass-fed, don't eat any crap person. That's just not who I am. I am an obesity crusher. And however that happens is how it should happen in my mind. So to me, if it works and I'm still crushing my obesity, I'm not going to worry about it that much. Maybe in the future I will when being obese is no longer my focus. You just never know. But I have 9 kids, 7 of whom are actively dancing. 6 or 5? 5 of whom, no, 6 of whom. 6? 6 of whom are competitive dancers. I am also the dance studio photographer for both of our studios. March through May is literally crazy. In fact, if I don't do a live chat sometime in the next month, don't feel bad, because it means that I'm losing it, and I can't. There's only so much one person can do. Like, it's really true. Like, this lady yelling at me this week was so frustrating. She was so angry with me, and I am a nice person, but I'll tell you, I had some choice words in my mind for this person, because I'm like, to come in here and expect me to be able to drop anything that I am doing in a week with a week's notice and come up with time to photograph your child for a deadline type thing is ridiculous if you're paying me. It's triple ridiculous, quadruple million ridiculous if it's a trade. The trade should have been taken care of 2 years ago in the summer, which is when it was supposed to be taken care of. So I guess she's unfriended me because I'm a B-word and whatever, but man, I still hate it. I still hate people thinking I'm not nice. I'm not nice on occasion, guys. Shocking, I know. Last week, I was trying to chat back to this person who was messaging me during the live chat, and I just tried to say, I'm on the live chat and YouTube, I can't talk. She got all offended, left my Facebook group, and left me a horrible, nasty message. I'm just like, I'm literally live on YouTube. What else can I do? Like, my life is hard right now, and I don't want to abandon any of you. I don't want you guys to feel like you're not priority in my life, because you are, which is why I am here today. Because you are a priority to me, and I do care about you, and I do care about your success, and I want everyone to be able to have the information that they need, and I want to respond to private messages and do those things that I normally do. But yeah, sometimes I'm not nice, guys, because I'm a human being, and that's just how I'm not perfect. In fact, if you knew me in real life, you would know I'm really not nice sometimes. In fact, that's been my biggest issue with a lot of people in my life is that I tend to go a little bit overboard and like yell at people, and especially when it comes to my kids. Like if anyone messes with my kids, oh, watch out. It's bad. It's bad. I actually, well, yeah, we're not going to go there. Never mind. Let's just suffice it to say that I have done some embarrassing things in my life in protection of my children. As have we all, right? Haven't we all who have children? Aren't we all mama bears? That's just how it is. All right. Anybody have any more questions? Let's see. Oh, a question. Does anyone take MCT oil? That is a good question because I want to talk about why I don't take it. So that's a very good question. I do not take MCT oil. The only MCT oil I consume it happens to be in keto cakes because that's one of the ingredients in keto cakes that I get from the local keto cakes place. And the reason I don't drink or consume MCT oil or coconut oil or bulletproof coffee or bulletproof broth or any of those things, the number one reason is I do not want to drink my calories. Fats are empty calories. They are just for energy. And if you're trying to lose weight, drinking empty calories is counterintuitive. Now, if you are at your goal and you are an avid exerciser and you are bodybuilding or you are lifting or whatever you are doing, then MCT oil may be your friend because it is more easily turned to ketones than body fat or, say, other dietary fats, which is why it's popular to take it on keto. But if you're trying to lose weight, it's counterintuitive because it's giving your body a very easy source of ketones. And it's going to burn that first. It's going to burn your dietary fat first, and especially your MCT oil first before it's going to go to your body fat. And your body fat is what you want to force it to burn if you're trying to lose weight. So consuming too much MCT oil is not going to benefit you in the long run if you're here for weight loss. If you're here for other reasons, obviously it's a great thing to take. Same for exogenous ketones. Let's discuss those. Same exact thing. You're basically putting a ready-made fuel into your body. So if you're in ketosis, your body is going to go ahead and burn those ketones first. Why would it bother burning your dietary fat or your body fat if you've already consumed ketones it has access to use? But those ketones go right through your system really quickly, and you're going to pee out a bunch of them, and it's going to be a waste of money. Use fat that you consume and fat from your body to make your ketones, unless you are an avid exerciser or bodybuilder or need energy for long time running or something like that. If you're doing those things, by all means, exogenous ketones can help you. They can help mental clarity and things like that if you're using for medical purposes. It can help with those things. But if you're here for weight loss, it's only going to shoot you in the foot. MCT oil and exogenous ketones are both going to stop and stall your weight loss. I know that people are telling you the opposite. I was in GNC the other day buying Smart Sweets for Easter. I wanted a couple packs and someone here told me they had it, and they did. Thank you so much. Whoever told me that. I think it might have been Teresa. Who was it that told me that? Anyway, thank you. I really needed those on Easter. But while I was in there purchasing Smart Sweets, I heard the GNC guy trying to sell some poor old guy with a tiny little beer gut that he had to take some ridiculous fat supplement in order to get his body to burn fat, and he's trying to convince him that he doesn't have to be in ketosis for that to happen. What the heck? I was dying to say something, and I am just standing a couple aisles over, just holding in the Snickers. I was like, booger! Oh, that's ridiculous lies. And I just couldn't even take it. Like, I couldn't even work at a place. In fact, it makes me never want to go to GNC again and never give them another dollar of their money. Though you know I'm going to go back there for those Smart Sweets. It's just convenient. But I'll tell you what, if anyone ever tries to sell me on that, I will come down on them so hard. It is counterintuitive for weight loss. That poor guy is going to spend all that money, $60 or whatever, on some ridiculous MCT oil / exogenous ketone supplement that's going to make him feel a little bit energized and make him think that something's happening for 5 seconds, and then it's not going to do him any good. It's not going to do any good if you're not in ketosis. It's just going to pee right out of you. Your body won't burn it if you have glycogen to burn. Like, duh. And If you're in ketosis, it's just going to stop you from losing weight because your body's going to burn that first. Just don't go there, guys. Don't go there. It is not worth the money. And that is the reason why I'm against companies like Prove It, who are out there lying through their teeth at people, convincing them that they can be in ketosis and eat whatever the heck they want and lose weight by taking exogenous ketones. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. Well, maybe not the stupidest, but it's up there. So there's my rant about that. Okay, and that's the reason I don't take it. All right. See, now a lot of people are like, I take it. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but that's just how it is. It's just the honest truth. It's really true. Even heavy whipping cream. If you're just eating heavy whipping cream in your coffee, even though I do it in my Creo brew, it's still just empty calories. Though it has a teeny bit of protein in it. Okay, so telogen effluvium is hair loss after shock to the body, which would make sense when you're losing a ton of weight. So yeah, that's probably why it improves over time too. Oh my gosh, Linda Hardman is doing 36 hours of fast and 12 hours of eating. I would die. Like, there's no way. I'd literally kill people if I went that long without food. I am the most hangriest person that ever lived. Hangry. Couldn't handle it. Another reason I don't do that is because Dr. Finney says there are studies that long fasting, so fasting longer than 24 hours, can actually be permanently detrimental to your metabolism and cause it to be harder for you to lose weight in the future for permanent, like not fixable. And that's the reason I don't support any kind of long-term fasting. I know it's a big deal and I know it does help you lose weight, but I'm more worried about the long-term effects of that I won't go there. Dr. Finney talked about it. If you Google, YouTube, look up Dr. Finney low carb? No, it wasn't low carb down under. That's the channel, I think. It was, oh my gosh, low carb Breckenridge, where he spoke on the effects of the studies that there are, the effects of long-term fasting. So definitely check that out if you haven't had a chance to. I know that Keto Connect talked about it in like short version. If you don't want to listen to Dr. Finney's whole entire long speech, because he can tend to be hard to listen to because he's so sciencey about everything. But yeah, definitely worth looking into. Just Linda, heads up, I worry about that. Okay, but you know what? If it's going well, I'm not going to tell you can't do it. You can do what you want. I'm just saying why I choose not to. Okay, yeah, Karen, mine too. Gray hair. But yes, gray hair is better than no hair. Woohoo! And I wish I had silver streaks. That would be fantastic. That would be amazing. All right. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the other super chat. It doesn't always pop it up for me, you guys. I hate that. There's got to be a better way for me to keep track of those. Anyway, thank you so much, Sunshine Cleveland, for the super chat. You are awesome. I love you so much. It really means a lot to me. It keeps it so that I can stay a little less stressed out during this really, really difficult time, because I have to just buy random things constantly and I don't always have the funds, and it's always a very appreciated thing when you guys donate. I appreciate it. And she wrote, just sending some love your way to show we appreciate you and your tell-all journey. Thank you, sweetie. I love it. Sunshine Cleveland. I don't know that I've seen you before. Are you someone I know that has recently changed their name? I'm curious. All right. I'm going to see. Okay, so next question. Well, I'm going to double check and make sure there's no more of those. Okay, I don't see any right now. Oh my gosh, I feel bad now. It didn't show it to me. It still only shows the first one up there. I wonder if there's something I can do to change that. All right. EE asks, what is your goal weight? I get that question a lot, and it has changed a lot over time. Initially, when I first started out, my goal weight was just to get below 200 pounds. I've obviously made that goal. My second goal was to get to 200 pounds lost. I did not make it to my goal before maintenance, before this 3 months maintenance that I'm doing. So In June, I bet you $1,000,000 that I will hit my goal of 200 pounds lost, which will be awesome. That will be 174. Recently, I went and had a DEXA scan. If you haven't seen that, just go to my playlist for these videos, for my live chat playlists, and it will show you all the ones I've done. Wait, no, it's a DEXA. Well, I talked about the DEXA scan in the live chat, but I also have a Tammy's Tidbits video, so it's in the weight loss tips playlist, where it shows me actually getting the scan and talking about the results. For those results, I was about 35% body fat. And I would like to be 27. I don't really want to get much smaller than that unless I can just really not stand my gut. My gut is driving me nuts. I didn't think I would have a gut at this point, or at least not such a significant one. It's hard for me to see the rest of my body so thin and my gut still sticking out. I hate that. So maybe when I get to my goal weight, I won't feel like I'm at my goal still because of that. But right now, my goal is to be 27% body fat, which would put me between 160 and 163 on the scale. So my plan for right now is actually just to see if anything changed while I did maintenance. So I'm actually planning to go back in for a DEXA scan the first week of June to see if my 3-month of maintenance changed anything on my scan, whether my fat went up, because I want to know for the future if I lost lean and gained fat doing these macros, or if it was the other way around, and that's why the scale stayed the same. So I'm hoping, my hope is that it will be close to exactly the same. Then I'll know for sure that what I'm doing is good for maintenance and that it's going to work for me. So that's my plan, is to go until the end of May doing these macros of basically 2,000 plus calories. It's between 2,000 and 2,500 most days. And so I'm planning on keeping on with that until the end of May. And then in the first week of June, my plan is to get a DEXA scan and see where I'm at there. But yeah, according to the DEXA scan, my weight should be about 160 to be at 27% body fat, which I think is going to make me pretty happy. I am not a young thing. I don't need a hard body. My goal in this is not to have abs of steel. I'm never going to have that. I got too much loose skin and I don't have the money to have that removed, though you never know in the future what I might do. Right now, I don't really plan to, but you never know. I hate my arm skin the most, so if I'm going to do a surgery, it's probably going to be my arms. I hate it so much. It's worse now than it was this time last year. This time last year, I would go out in a swimsuit. This year, I'm dreading going out in a swimsuit, even though I weigh 60-something pounds less this year than I did last year. But because my arm skin, I'd never wear short sleeves, because look, I mean, even you can see how it pulls up where I've rolled up my sleeve a little bit. And it jiggles, and I'm dancing, clogging, and ballet, and it's just always just at me. I don't know. I thought a scar would be worse, but now I'm thinking a scar might be better, because a scar will eventually whiten up, and maybe it won't show so bad as this does. So that's where I'm at with my head on goals and how I feel about my body and all that. I love my body. I think I look amazing. I am so proud of how far I've come. I think we just get kind of more picky about ourselves as we go along, because we thought we would be like, well, I thought when I got down to in the 170s that I was going to look differently than I look. And so I just kind of have to rewrap my brain around it and accept this as my new normal, which is another reason I take time off. So I did this all last year. People think that this weight maintenance thing and eating the bars and stuff is a new thing. But if you go back and watch my videos from last May, it was worse than this May. I ate whatever, and I didn't even track it. At least I'm tracking it now. So I've got a better handle on what I'm actually doing, and if I'm accomplishing what I'm accomplishing. I'm actually still working hard, and it's become mentally overloading to have to do it, but I am still doing that. So people that are new to my channel are like, wow, this girl eats a lot of packaged crap, and I'm like, yep. I sure do. I'm kind of flippant about it. Mostly just because I'm just like, why do you care? I don't know. I know why you care. I know why you care. Because you're here to learn, and you're here to get ideas. And you thought that maybe it was not okay to eat that kind of stuff. And then you see someone eating that kind of stuff, and it's confusing. And I don't recommend that stuff when you're in weight loss. I don't recommend tons of sweet, and I don't recommend eating things that are dessert-like. I didn't eat desserts for 8 months. The closest thing to a dessert that I ate for 8 months, the first 8 months of my journey, was some heavy whipping cream with liquid stevia in it and a couple of strawberries. And that tasted like divine manna from heaven. It was so good. So I'm just saying that this is where I'm at personally. And so what you're seeing in the videos is what I'm eating now. It doesn't reflect what I ate at the beginning. It doesn't reflect what I would eat in weight loss. That's why I'm now creating maintenance playlists and weight loss playlists so that people can find the ones that say what I would eat if I was losing weight, so that doesn't get too confusing, but people still can't seem to get it. There's still a lot of people, I think it's people that just don't really watch the channel often, and so they don't really know where I'm coming from. And I try to give as much information as possible in every video, but I mess up. Like, for example, the 90-second bread. I totally forgot to tell people that there was a freaking egg in it. So I got people trying to make bread with almond flour and butter and baking soda with no egg. Oops. But guys, Google is your friend. How do you think I found the 90-second bread recipe? I Googled it. There you go. Okay, so anyway, let's see if there's any more questions. All right. Keto Cricket says, fat isn't empty calories. They contain vitamins and minerals if they are from a whole food source. I know what you're saying. Extra fat is not needed, but if you're trying to lose weight. Okay, that may be true, but when you eat whole foods, the whole foods have more of those. It really isn't that beneficial to health. But you can say that. I'm not going to argue anymore, but then say what I already said, but it will affect your weight loss. And Smart Sweets are definitely empty calories. Duh. Actually, they don't have very many calories. They're pretty low in calories compared to fat. Smart Sweets are a treat. They are candy, my friends. Candy. And if you are trying to lose weight, don't eat them. I am eating them occasionally because I am maintaining my weight at this point and I am not trying to lose any weight. And I wanted a treat on Easter, and gummies are my, what is the word? Gummies are my favorite thing on the planet. So the fact that I can even eat a gummy makes me so thrilled and happy. But there's a lot of people that say they kick you out of ketosis. I wouldn't recommend them at all if you are trying to lose weight. Do not eat them. You're right. They're empty calories. I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to lose weight, so is MCT oil, so is exogenous ketones. All of those things are going to shoot you in the foot if your goal is fat loss. If you're just trying to stay in ketosis, well, that's a whole different ballgame. That's where I'm at right now. And so that's why it's hard to explain why I'm eating Julian bakery bars and keto cakes and, meal with my yogurt, which I always do anyways. But like extra stuff, protein cookies and Quest chips and things like that. Because I can and I want to. And if it's not sustainable for me, then it's not sustainable for I have to have it be sustainable. That's my point. And if I'm just eating whole foods all the time, I just can't. That's just how I feel. And I know there's people that do it. So it's obviously doable. I mean, look at Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom. She doesn't mess around with bars. She is smart. I am not as smart as her. I'm also not as dedicated as her. And I also have a lot of life left to live. And I also used to be a carb addict, and so did she. I know that she's more worried about the slippery slope than I am. So far, I've been able to go eating only one per day. And I think if I'm capable of eating one per day, then that's not too bad. So I'm not going to worry about it so much. Anyway, that's where I'm at with that. All right. We have a couple more minutes. Let's see what we got here. I'm just double checking for super chats in case someone did that, because it's not apparently showing them for me. All right. Sunshine Cleveland says, nobody ever says that about the drinking fats. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I learned first, thankfully. Dr. Finney that's what Dr. Finney teaches, and that's why I follow Dr. Finney, because it just makes more sense to my brain. But the very first exposure I had to keto, thankfully, was this way of doing it. If I'd been exposed to the higher fat version, I don't think I'd be as thin. That's the honest truth. I also don't think I'd have as much lean mass as I do if I had done it the other way. So I'm just grateful I found this way first. All right. Cooking for Two asked, how do I prevent hair loss on keto? If you go back to the beginning and watch it again, we talked about the beginning, but the main one, vitamin D3, possibly vitamin D3/K2 supplement. All right. Typical intermittent fasting windows is usually, 16-8. 16 hours of fasting at 8. So 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can technically eat 3 meals in that time. You can eat at noon and 4 and 8. Okay? Which is what I shoot for. That's actually exactly what I shoot for. Now, when you're doing that, you are stimulating your insulin 3 times. So that can be detrimental. It is better to do 2 meals if you can, 12 and 8, or even less time. Like Keto Fat Girl No More says, 12 to 6. I don't think I could do that, but you could. You could. I do 12 to 8. I sometimes do 12 to 9. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Am I wrong? Is my math wrong? No. I don't think so. I don't know. What do I know? I don't really do it for the intermittent fasting benefits, like I've said before. I do 12 to 8. That's my window. All right. And Keto Cricket says, I prefer to fast at night. It's more natural. Yes, it is. It does follow circadian rhythms better to eat morning to evening and have that window there. So 8 hours of food. So eating early and then being done early. I can't do that. I'm too busy in the morning. I'm doing homeschool with my kids. I'm never hungry in the morning. I just don't want to eat in the morning. So I just can't do that. Plus, like I said, I get those munchies so bad at night that I know I would kick myself in the foot if I did that. But it does make more sense, and it probably is more beneficial. All right, Sunshine Cleveland, I'm going to remember you now. Welcome, and I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before. I try. Okay. Mind-blowing Health and Wellness says, I would not lump MCT oil with coconut oil. Coconut oil is saturated. It has good to cook with. It also has lauric acid, which is antimicrobial. I'm not really lumping it. I'm just saying you're consuming extra fat for consuming extra fat's sake. Fat, in my mind, it's all the same dang thing. I don't care if it's easily metabolized, better for you, whatever. In my mind, butter, heavy whipping cream, MCT oil, coconut oil, olive oil, all added fats, soybean oil, corn oil, whatever oils you're using. In my mind, they're all extra fats you don't necessarily need. They didn't come from food. You added them to food. So if you're trying to lose fat, it's best not to add fats to food. I guess that didn't come across. Obviously, there are some fats that are better than other fats. You should use better fats if you're going to use fats, but it's best to not use fats if you're trying to lose weight because you can use your homegrown fats right here. All right. Keto Cricket says, make sure to drink the same amount of fluids when you go back for your DEXA scan. That should be fairly easy because I didn't drink anything on my way there. I did it first thing in the morning before I ate anything. I was fasted, I believe. Yeah, I think so. I have to go back and look, but I think so. Good point. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I'm dancing. I do a lot of stomach strengthening. I don't think that strengthening my muscles in my gut area is going to help. Okay. Karen says, I was noticing your tiny little waist in the last hide and seek video. Yes, when I'm facing forward, I look so tiny. And then I turn sideways and you're like, whoa, what is that thing? I have a gut, but it doesn't show up from the front. I look like 20 pounds lighter from the front than I do from the side. I have a lot of loose skin, but I don't know how much of it is skin and how much of it is fat. I definitely love a tummy tuck, but I'm petrified of surgery. I've never had a surgery in my entire life. Okay, maybe when I was 1, they put me out to sew my finger back on after my cousin basically cut it off. But I was 1, so I don't remember it. Okay. Oh, Karen Rothwell, you are the one who told me about the Smart Sweets. Thank you. It was so nice to have a bag of Smart Sweets on Easter. I felt like I had an Easter basket, and I was very, very happy. And I didn't buy a whole box, so I didn't eat billions of them every day like I do when I buy the giant box from Amazon. So it was like, woohoo! That was awesome. All right. Congratulations, Keto Grace, whose husband jumped on the keto wagon. Woohoo! That's awesome. Okay. Crystal S119. That is so interesting because besides me, you are the only one I've ever seen say this. She says she eats 2 months of weight loss macros, then 6 weeks increase to maintenance macros. And I felt like this helps me with building my confidence for maintenance and helps with loose skin. Yes! People think I'm so weird for doing this and I get criticized. People are like, why are you on maintenance? You're not to your goal weight. Because, guys, I want to know how to do it before I get to my goal weight. And I really do feel like it's beneficial to my skin at this point. And I'm not 374 pounds, so I'm not desperate to get the weight off me anymore. I'm comfortable in my body. I'm enjoying each increment down. I'm taking the time to buy clothes that fit and wear them and look cute and not have to buy in a whole other set. I did it all last year. So the way I did it was similar. I did January, February weight loss macros. Then I did March, April, and May just because my life is crazy, maintenance macros. And then I did June weight loss macros. And then I did July, August, and September maintenance macros. And then I did October weight loss and November through December maintenance. So I did mostly maintenance. I did 4 months only of weight loss macros last year. Only 4 months and still lost 60 pounds, 61. So obviously my maintenance wasn't working. That's why I'm really upping the calories, paying attention to how much the calories are and seeing if it works. Because if I get to the end of this and I've put on 2-3 pounds, then I'll know I need to rein it in a bit. Or if I've still lost a couple of pounds once all this water weight comes off of me in June, I will go, I still didn't hit it. I need to go higher. So that's the reason I'm doing it the way I do it. And I'm so glad to hear someone else is on the same page with me because I just feel like people think I'm so crazy for doing that. Tasha Masha, I highly recommend if you're going to try the gummies, if you can go to GNC and just get a couple bags, they are very easily overeaten. They're 3 net carbs per serving, and I think there's 2 servings per bag, and so it's like 6 net carbs per bag. So if you eat 2, that's 12, and it adds up. Plus, it's got a lot of that prebiotic tapioca fiber that people are iffy about. So does my Julian Bakery bars. So that could be what's keeping my water weight on, but it doesn't seem to be making me gain fat. And so I don't think I'm kicked from ketosis, though people are often giving me a hard time because I don't test my ketones. So what can I say? I don't. Sorry. On the keto cupcakes, do you know the total carbs? No, they did not tell us the total carbs, and I wish they would. I've asked multiple times. I do not know. I do know the ingredients. They list the ingredients, which is basically almond flour, coconut flour, MCT oil, monk fruit, sometimes erythritol, sometimes stevia, cream cheese, heavy whipping cream. That's basically what they use in every single one with different flavorings that are all sugar-free. But yeah, they only give the net carb count, which I feel like it would be better for them business-wise if they would give the total. It's irritating. Dr. Westman has also spoken about people stalling with drinking fats. Yes, and Dr. Westman and Dr. Finney work tandemly a lot, so that doesn't surprise me. How tall am I? I am, what, V44? I don't know what V44 is. I am 5'7" on my left leg. I don't know what I am on my right leg. It's a little taller. Maybe it's on my right leg that I'm 5'7", and on my left leg I'm shorter. I have a short left leg, so I don't know. But 5'7" is what I go by. Oh, great. She meant great. Sorry. I didn't see that. All right. Seema Ruby is here. Woohoo! And she has decreased her eating hours to 6 hours. Oi. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. That's fantastic. We'll see what I do in June. Yes, homegrown fats. I grew them and now I want them to go bye-bye. It's time for my homegrown fats to leave the nest. Tasha Masha, that's amazing that your family's on keto. I wish that a lot of my kids would. I think it would help them with their depression issues. Like I've got 3 kids with depression, and they also tend to carry a little bit of extra weight. I really wouldn't mind if my kids would do it, but I'm also not going to push them into it. So I try to lead by example and hope that they ask to do it. But so far, I've only had one that really wanted to do it long term. He did it last spring, lost 30 pounds, grew really tall, and now he's basically, by a year later, I think he's pretty much put it back on. So I don't know if he's going to ever do it again, but I hope he will, because he looked amazing. Well, he still looks amazing because he's like 6'2", but I wish that more of my family would be on board. But me and Dave, we just keep setting the example the best we can. Karen Marie says the tummy fat will go away as your body fat reduces. I had a lot until the very end of my weight loss, and I got to a ridiculously low body fat, 20% for my pooch to go away. Now it's just skin. You're making me cry right now because I really don't want to get all the way to 20. So I may just have to embrace the tummy. And I'm doing a lot of that acceptance stuff still. You guys, 2 years in, and I'm still doing acceptance. Acceptance is always something I'm working on. Acceptance of my new reality, of my new normal, of the hard things that happen in my life, of the positive things that happen in my life, of the scary things that happen, of the exciting things that happen. Just peace and acceptance I focus on as much as I can, which is part of the reason I do maintenance, because I'm trying to accept my new self the way it is and like myself in the mirror and see myself for what I really am in the mirror, and then move to the next phase. So like I said, I may get down to 160 by October or something and be like, yeah, I'm still going to keep going. I don't know. We'll see. Karen, you can just bake keto bread and get him to do it. My 22-year-old won't even give up dairy, and I swear he's allergic to it. Or he's 23 now, I guess. Those kids, they just do what they want. They do what they want. All right. Okay, so Crystal S says, I've been eating 20 carbs or less for 10 months, and even with the increase to maintenance, I've still lost 90 pounds. That's amazing. See, that's the thing. Like, maintenance that we're eating, like, it feels like a extreme amount of food. People keep telling me, you're eating so much food, and I feel like I'm eating so much food. My stomach is full all the time. I don't know how I would eat any more, so I sure hope this works. This time it better work. It hasn't worked the other times I did it where I did lazy keto and I ate what felt good. Now I'm kind of like forcing myself to eat extra. And if it doesn't work this time, I don't know how I will maintain. That's it. I'm eating like 150 to 170 grams of protein a day and 120 to 150 grams of fat a day and 20 carbs, about 20 to 25. It's a lot of food. It's a lot of food. Makes me wonder how I sat down and ate a whole box of donuts and a giant Coke every day. I just don't have room in there anymore for that kind of stuff. And Karen says, embrace the tummy. You earned it with all those babies. I know. I know. Tummy weight is often stress as well as excess skin, lack of sleep, and your busy life will make it difficult to get a smaller tummy. Yeah, true, but I can't change any of those things. I'm fairly low stress most of the time. This time of year is the highest stress, but it's often good, happy stress, not necessarily painful stress. Sleep, I'm doing a lot better. I'm getting 7 at least, but my stinking body doesn't want more than 7. I could have gotten 8 or 9 in the last few days, and I can't sleep past a certain time, and I wake up so ticked because I really like to get 1 more hour, but it seems like my body is pretty happy with 7, and that's where it wants to be. So it doesn't matter. My magnesium doesn't seem to help. I take more and more, and it doesn't seem to help with that. But yeah, I know. It's my life that I choose to live. So, I mean, it's possibly that's going to have a lot to do it. Belly fat isn't just fat. It actually functions as an organ. They're actually starting to understand it. Oh, great. That makes me feel even worse. And Karen said she had to bump her carbs to 30 to stop losing. And yes, that's my next experiment. So if you guys are wondering what's to come, that is going to be my next experiment. So in June, I will go back to fat loss macros, drop as much weight as I can in June. And then in July through August, my next experiment will be to experiment with carbs and how many I can consume and stay in ketosis. So I will be buying a dreaded ketone meter. And after 2.5 years on keto and 2 years on YouTube, I will test my ketones for the first time. It will happen. Because yeah, I would really like to know if the carb bumping will help the maintaining and how far I can push it without going out of ketosis. So I will be checking my ketones daily. I hate blood pricking. I hate it. Ugh. But I will be checking my blood glucose and my ketones daily and monitoring that for you guys. That's going to be a new series that's coming up in the summer when my life goes back to normal, crazy and not crazy. So, yeah, that is coming. All right. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. We're 10 minutes over, and I folded about 20 things only, and I have probably 200 things to fold, maybe more, plus more in the laundry room. So I got to get going so that I can get that done. This weekend is my first dance portrait season, so if you don't see me next Tuesday, it's because I died. I'm going to try really hard to do my live chat. I really don't want to miss out, you guys. I love talking to you, and this is my favorite thing about YouTube is talking to you guys. So I will try really hard to not stress myself to the point of death by Tuesday. But it could happen. If I spend a whole day Monday editing photos, which is going to happen, I may be dead on Tuesday and not capable. We'll see how it goes. So wish me luck, you guys. This weekend is the kickoff to the hardest month of the year. And also the most fun and also my favorite month. So wish me luck. I love you all so much. And we're going to all talk to you again soon. Bye.